Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It is Wednesday, April 26th. Quick note about this show. This is a show that involves tarot cards and crystals. That's why it's called Tarot by the Bay. We look at political events and items that are happening in society today. And we throw tarot cards to try and understand what's happening and what's going on behind the scenes, both from an actual and a spiritual sort of sense. So if this kind of thing resonates with you, carry on watching. You're going to have a good time. And hopefully you'll gain some insights as to what's going on. If you don't like this sort of thing, or you're a diehard MAGA member, you probably won't like this channel very much. So, carry on. Go watch something else. Go watch something you do like. This probably won't be it. Okay. Ted Cruz. Isn't he something? I mean, Trump nailed it, right? Lion Ted Cruz. What about treasonous Ted Cruz? Oh, God. Ted Cruz is in the news. Just when you thought we could have him take a snooze, you lose. All right, now, there was an audio tape released where Ted Cruz is discussing delaying the certification for Biden's 2020 election. And to quote it, I think that the country deserves to have a credible assessment of these claims and what the evidence shows and the mechanism to try and force, that is, delaying the certification of the results on the 6th. This is what Cruz told Fox host Maria Bartiromo and Abby Grossberg. And I'm assuming that Abby Grossberg recorded this. Okay, now on the surface, he really hasn't said anything unusual, has he? It's like, I want the country deserves to have a credible assessment. Who's going to say it doesn't? About these claims, and the evidence shows the mechanism to try and... But the problem is that it's fine to have a credible mechanism or a credible assessment, but he's talking about delaying the certification of results without any proof that there was widespread voter fraud, which he does later imply that there was, voter fraud like we've never seen before, or something along those lines. Or let me get the exact quote. Voter fraud has posed persistent challenge in our elections, although its breadth and scope are disputed by any measure. The allegations of fraud and irregularities exceed any in of our lifetime. Well, he's not wrong about that. There's been all sorts of allegations, but no evidence to back them up, Ted. This is like saying there's a problem. You create a problem and say there's a problem and that you can fix it. And it's a problem that you created. If everybody says there's election fraud, well, there must be election fraud or else everybody wouldn't be saying it. But you're the guy saying it. So Ted's quite smugly said, MSNBC is all on Twitter about this, but I said this, live on air or in Twitter like the next day or something like that. And apparently he did. But that's because he's splitting words. I never said we needed to do this. I'm just saying the public wants an assessment. It's like Tucker Carlson's just asking a question type of deal. Ted Cruz is a smug little... It's just a... Yeah, I'm not going to pass this one when it comes to wishing violence on somebody. I'd like to be the one to initiate and contribute to the violence. Thank you. But okay. Ted Cruz, you're a dirtbag. Don't have to go any more than Al Franken to know that one, right? I'm sure, because he has all sorts of jokes about Ted Cruz. But okay, Ted Cruz. What do I want to ask? Is Ted Cruz going to be in trouble for this? In other words, it's one thing to say this in of itself is not going to get him in trouble. But if there was a conspiracy and Ted Cruz was part of it, this connects him to that, even though this statement itself says nothing. So, is Ted part of a bigger conspiracy? Is Ted Cruz part of a bigger conspiracy? Winner take all. Again, so you start off with the Five of Swords. This is my way or the highway. I want what I want, and you guys don't get anything you want. And, these guys may have won, these two in the background may have won, but this guy refuses to give them their reward. So this is withholding the reward for people who are deserving of it. That's already telling me yes. Okay, so we have the victory card, the moon card, and the Four of Pentacles, which has come up now twice today, and the argy-bargy. Okay, so what's going on? In this case, this is really part of that conspiracy. It's trying to deny somebody something that they deserve. And you're doing that by raising all sorts, by muddying the waters, making all sorts of wild accusations, and just stirring people up like a hornet's nest. There's secrets, there's deceit, there's lies that haven't been revealed yet at that point. And instead of the victory card, this could be the loss card. This is because of the Biden victory or the loss of Trump. And they're trying to steal that victory back. So when I'm saying this is trying to steal the victory, this is the victory, the rightful person who won, they're trying to take that away from them using secrets. Why? Because they're trying to hold on to power. They're trying to hold on to power. And this is the king. So Trump, this is like Trump trying to hold on to power. This is leading our way to the autocracy. Is he part of a conspiracy? Well, that's the general vibe of the energy at the time. And if you're trying to deny the rightful winner of their victory by any means possible, think of the Five of Swords as also by the any means possible card, then yeah, that's a conspiracy. Only takes two people to do that. And if you're one of them, Ted, I can guarantee you that Trump or his one of his lieutenants is the other person. So, will justice move fast enough to get Ted? Probably not. Not before he's up for re-election. But maybe justice can batter around his reputation enough before the court cases actually come. Actually, I kind of want him to be voted out of office because I think it would be way easier to prosecute his butt if he's not a sitting senator. You know what I mean? Okay. What's the current situation with Ted Cruz? How's he feeling about his current situation and his current legal exposure, as it were? Let's look at that. Unless you want to stay on top. Okay, fine. Oh, there we go again. There's the argy-bargy. Fight. Confuse, muddy the waters. Chained to the devil. Okay, so how is he currently feeling? There's a lot of turmoil going on. There's a lot of things going on because there's a lot of investigations, and it's taking a lot of energy of his, as well as everything he needs to do in the Senate. Why? Because he's chained himself to some really bad decisions and some bad company. And he's probably trapped. I'm guessing he's trapped in this case. He'd like to unchain himself, but he can't. He's too far into it. In the past, we've got the Six of Swords. This is probably, the end of the administration, the end of the Trump administration. It's going away, and the country going from tumultuous waters to calmer waters. And he's doing what he can to try and make those waters tumultuous again so that they can get the base motivated to have the Republicans in charge of the House and the Senate and the presidency in 2024, because that's the only way you're going to be able to call off a lot of these investigations, by getting your own head of the Department of Justice who says we're not pursuing these cases anymore. That buys you 4 years of time. Current situation, Page of Swords. There could be somebody who's a young person that's revealing information. Could be a spy in the camp. This is going to be the spy in the camp. Why? Because you've got those recordings from Abby Grossberg over in Fox. And this is just one recording that was released. You got to know there's more, right? And we get the recordings from GOP fundraisers where they talk about how they're trying to suppress the votes of the Gen Zs and get rid of polling places near college campuses and using student ID. Voter suppression 101 here. So I think there's somebody that's got information on this, and that information is being revealed. Overarching energy is the Eight of Coins. I think this is representing the Justice Department doing their due diligence. They are hammering away. I mean, Ted could be doing his due diligence, I suppose, from Cancun. Oh, such snarkiness today. No, this is just departments. Just departments working on their case. They're putting all the pieces together, and that's going to basically expose his connection to the devil. Lesson to be learned: King of Swords, Jack Smith. Right? Would that be that'd be a good card for Jack Smith, wouldn't it? Yep. Sorry, Justice Department's coming. They're ruthless. They don't care. They don't care that you're a sitting senator. They don't care you've been a senator for however long. They don't care that you're snoozing Ted Cruzing. They're coming for you, Ted. Just, you broke the law, you're going to pay the price. Outcome, star card. Maybe Ted will turn state's witness and become a star witness. Would anybody doubt that for a second? Would anybody look at this guy and not say that he's the first person that would rat out everyone around him? Jeez. Well, it could be Ted turning. But I think his star has fallen. And it could also be that this Page of Swords is the star witness that comes out. I'm not excited for Ted. Maybe he gets away with it. Maybe he doesn't actually go to prison for it. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think in this case, that's where I'm going to go with this. This is Ted. He's the star, and he's not going to pay the price for his role, not while he's a senator. Because you've got all the money, you got all the legacy, you've got the power to protect him from that prosecution. I'll throw a little four-carder now. Just like, okay, so in the future, will he be held legally accountable for his actions on with regards to a conspiracy? Whether it be the January 6th insurrection. I mean, it's got to be part of the insurrection, right? Because he's also one of the 10 senators that voted to not certify the election results and have debates. I mean, there's a whole conspiracy that was leading up to that. And that's why Bill Barr left his position as the Attorney General, because he saw what was coming and he didn't want to be sucked into it, so he ran. No, didn't do anything about it, didn't stop it. He just washed his hands of it. Jesus. Patriots, all of them. Okay, Ted. Okay, Spirit. Okay, Spirit, honest, can you give me an honest answer here, Spirit? Will Ted Cruz be held legally accountable for his actions involving the insurrection? Will he be found guilty? Will he be found legally accountable and suffer some type of consequence, human consequence for this, beyond not being reelected? There's your Page of Swords again. So he could go from being, this could be, he was the King of Swords and now he's a Page of Swords. So he could go to irrelevance. I've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Tower with the Hermit. Okay. He at the very least is going away. He's either going to be diminished or there's a spy in the camp. Let's see which one. If there's a spy in the camp, it reveals what he's done and what his role was in it. Now you got the Tower in there, and that's obviously not a very good card to have. I'd love to have seen the Justice card with this. Ultimately, I don't think he will be held accountable. He will not go to prison. Why? Because he's the spy. He's going to rat other people out. He's going to rat him out. He goes, I got the information. I'll tell you anything you want to know so long as I don't have to go to prison. I want to avoid this. I will give you what you want. I will give you the valuable information. Just don't make me go to prison. I will show you what happened. I will take you step by step through it. He's not going to jail. He's not going to prison. I'm sorry. That's my interpretation of it. But he might be instrumental in helping the Justice Department figure out what happened to further support this conspiracy investigation. Okay. So that's my take on that. I'd love to tell you he's going to spend 20 years hard labor, but he'll probably just fade into oblivion and go to Cancun in the wintertime, and then nobody will care anymore, right? that's my update on Ted Cruz. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Throw some comments out there if there's other things you'd like me to read on. Do the YouTubey things, the like, the subscribe, and do all that. Again, trying to push my way to the 700 subscribers, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a great night. Bye bye.